Morning traders, and this is your Aussie day trade setup for today, South African top 40. So a couple of things here. So the first thing is we have a potential double top here on the daily. So there's my top, there's my second top, okay? That's the bottom. This is also a potential range. So in other words, we fall all the way back down to the downside here and then rally again. Okay, so that is the first scenario that we can see. The second scenario is that we've had this fairly strong rally. Okay, and this is consolidating for a break up, okay, which is basically going to give me sort of a cup and handle. So there's a cup and this is the handle forming. So that's the one scenario. The next scenario is we have this consolidation happening. Let's bring that in there. So we have this consolidation happening and we're expecting a breakout to the upside to continue, which would then verify the cup and handle. Okay, and then the next thing that's happening is you're only going to see this on the lower time frame, 3 hour. But if I put my level in over there, so this tail here is crap data, this tail here is crap data. Okay, so ignore those two for now. This is the low of yesterday, which is 52171. That gives us a head and shoulders neckline. So there is a shoulder, there's a head, and there's another shoulder. Okay, so a couple of scenarios at play. We top of a range, which if we think of this as a double top, big double top in the daily or top of a range, then this pattern here makes sense and we should be looking for shorts. Okay, alternatively, we're looking at this as a consolidation. So there's my first touch, second touch, third touch. If that's the case, we're looking for another bounce to the upside to come and test the top part of this triangle. Okay, so 50-50 call at the moment. There's a lot of things at play here. So, for on the bigger time frames, we need to get above 53.565 for this to continue. And if we break below 52.171, then I suspect that we're going to retrace quite deeply and this head and shoulders is going to play out. This head and shoulders, remember yesterday we had it drawn in as a range, so you can actually deal with it as a range as well, because if it breaks below there, that is my target right over there. And if I look to the left, you'll see there's quite a bit of interaction here. There's a gap here and then there's another gap lower down. Okay, so just line that up with the gap because that's the most logical thing to do, and that is the target. Okay, so with all of that in mind, let's just quickly look at the 1 hour. There's nothing much on the 1 hour except just total chaos, and you can see we had a double top here. Like I said to you yesterday, there's a double top. There it is. Okay. And you can see that target was hit. Okay. And this is crappy data. That's crappy data. So that target was hit and a little bit more. Oscillators grouped the downside. We're below the 200 SMA, but we're on the 200 EMA at the moment on the hour. So this could very well be, just delete this. So this could very well be another sort of strong move down, consolidation. Now we're looking for another strong move. And this is typical of scenarios where they want to, where price is trying to break through a critical level. And I would assume that this is a fairly critical level at the moment. So we've got a diagonal and we've got a horizontal support line here. Okay, so last things last, the closing range strategy yesterday gave you a fake out and then went in the opposite direction. So the Q that you had here was pretty much the moving average crossover. Okay, so always take everything into account with those things. But as expected, we got to the bottom area here and we just hovered around here. So the question is whether we are building a base for a turn to the top, in other words, creating a smaller range here, or are we heading down? Okay, so with all that data in your head, two things that I'm looking for are as follows. So those are my fractals, and that's my fractal to the upside. So fractal to the downside, I'm going to want to see a break, okay, and then I want to see a retest. I want to see a breakdown, rally a bit, bounce around here. That would be my cue to change my direction and start heading short. Okay, if we break to the upside above 52435, then with the trend, which remember the trend is still up. Okay, the 3 hour the trend is sideways at the moment, but we haven't had confirmation of a trend change yet, so this could still be a consolidation. So the original trend was up. It hasn't really changed yet. It's all over the place and in consolidation. So that's why I need a breakdown, a retest, and then look for that, the short. And then I would assume that the short's going to come down at least for this head and shoulders target. Okay. Closing range today is relatively small. Not really interested in that because the target to the downside is going to be pretty much the range. The range target is going to be the previous low. Okay. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. So this head and shoulders may turn out to be a range. So this may be bottom of range and we just rally again to the top. It's also very possible. But looking at what's going on internationally, US markets are fairly flat, ever so slightly down at the moment. 10 cent is down 1%. Rand dollar 14.11, nothing changed there. Hang Seng is fairly flat. Nikkei is 0.5% down. So nothing really happened yesterday, but I do suspect that this could very well be a potential top. So it's either a top or a range, one of the two. Okay. Obviously, we need to see the break and retest for me to start looking for shorts. Until then, I'm still looking for a long. So I'm anticipating that this level holds and gives me an opportunity to be long. Tight stop, because if I'm wrong, I want to be able to switch quickly and trade this into the downside. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. And I think before we close down, let's just see what the ichimoku is telling us. We want to be on the higher time frames here. So for the 1 hour, we've pretty much broken below the cloud. Kijisen, Dickinson pointing down. Chiku span is below price. We've had a twist in the cloud. So that's 3 fairly bearish signals on the 1 hour. Okay. And the one that I really want to pay attention to is the 4 hour. So we are in the cloud. The cloud is indicating there's a lot of resistance here. Okay, which we can see that by just looking left. And we've had a crossover. We're about to have a twist here. And Kijisen below price. So 4 hour is also boding well for a short. Okay, and the short, if you look at the daily, we broke through the cloud here. You want to see a retest of the cloud. So if I just put this head and shoulders on there, look where the target is, Kijisen, daily Kijisen, and the cloud. Okay, so that's my view of this at the moment. I have a sneaky suspicion that this thing's going to roll over for a deeper retracement and sort of come test this area here. Now, if you look to the left, there's nothing to hold up price. There's a lot of congestion here and here, but below this, there's nothing. Can you see? Nothing at all that's going to stop price. So this is the area that I'd be aiming for, which is 51056. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me at the moment. Hope that helps, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers for now.